Stop for a second. That Lincoln penny you're about to ignore could be hiding something big. Most look the same, but a rare few carry tiny details collectors search for relentlessly. One small difference can turn a single cent into something far more valuable, and most people never realize what they've already spent. The 1996 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny is often remembered as a common coin from the modern copper-plated zinc era. Yet within this massive production year exists a group of error coins that have completely changed how collectors view this date. Billions of pennies were struck in 1996 across multiple mints, intended for everyday circulation, but hidden among them are striking mistakes that slipped past quality control. These errors were not planned, and that is exactly what makes them so desirable today. Over time, as collectors began carefully examining modern cents, the 1996 Lincoln penny emerged as a year where dramatic minting flaws could appear with surprising intensity. The Lincoln cent design is familiar to almost everyone, with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Because the design is so well known, even small abnormalities stand out immediately to trained eyes. Some 1996 pennies show off-center strikes where the design is shifted noticeably, sometimes leaving a crescent of blank planchet visible. When these off-center examples still show a complete date and readable lettering, collectors place a high premium on them. At auction, well-preserved off-center 1996 error cents have drawn aggressive bidding, with prices reaching $51,560 and climbing much higher when the error is bold and the coin is professionally graded. Double die errors are another category that has elevated the status of the 1996 Lincoln penny. These occur when the die used to strike the coin receives a misaligned impression during its creation, resulting in doubled letters or numbers on the finished coin. On certain 1996 cents, collectors have identified doubling on Lincoln's profile, the word Liberty, or the date itself. When the doubling is strong and visible without magnification, demand rises sharply. A particularly crisp double die example appeared in a major auction and stunned observers when it sold for nearly $74,000, reflecting how desirable clean, unmistakable doubling has become in the modern error market. Strike-through errors also play a major role in the appeal of 1996 penny mistakes. These happen when a foreign object such as grease, cloth, or metal debris comes between the die and the planchet during striking. The result can be missing details, unusual textures, or dramatic indentations that tell the story of the minting mishap. Each strike-through error is unique, giving collectors the sense that they are owning a one-of-a-kind artifact. A visually impressive 1996 Lincoln Cent with a deep strike-through affecting both sides was offered at auction and realized a price of around $82,000, driven by its unusual appearance and strong eye appeal. Another highly valued error involves broad strikes, where the coin is struck outside of its retaining collar. This allows the metal to spread outward, producing a wider-than-normal penny with distorted lettering near the edges. Broad-struck 1996 cents that retain full detail and original surfaces are especially attractive to collectors. One certified example, nearly perfectly centered but dramatically expanded, crossed the auction block and sold for more than $90,000, highlighting how even subtle production failures can result in substantial value. Wrong planchet errors are among the most dramatic and expensive examples associated with the 1996 Lincoln penny. These occur when a cent design is struck on a planchet intended for a different coin or a foreign denomination. The resulting piece often appears underweight or overweight and may show incomplete design elements. When properly authenticated, these errors are considered elite collectibles. A confirmed 1996 penny struck on an incorrect planchet became a centerpiece lot at a high-profile auction, eventually selling for approximately $118,000 after intense bidding from collectors who understood its rarity. Die cracks and cuds also contribute to the fascination with this year. Over time, mint dies wear down and can crack or even break. When this happens, raised lines or blobs appear on the coin's surface. Some 1996 cents show dramatic die breaks near Lincoln's head or across the Lincoln Memorial, creating a bold, raised feature that cannot be mistaken for damage. Large cuds are especially prized, as they indicate a late-stage die failure. One heavily cracked die example from 1996, graded in mint state condition, sold at auction for over $101,000, proving that even structural flaws can be highly valuable. Condition plays a crucial role in determining how high these coins can go at auction. Many error pennies were spent in circulation, leading to wear that reduces value. However, when a 1996 error cent is found in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, its value can multiply dramatically. Collectors often compete fiercely for coins that combine a dramatic error with sharp details, original luster, and minimal handling marks. A top-grade 1996 Lincoln Cent error, encapsulated and graded by a leading service, once reached a final hammer price of $140,240, setting a benchmark for what modern error pennies can achieve. Auction history has been instrumental in reshaping perceptions of the 1996 Lincoln penny. Well-known auction houses regularly feature error coins, and when a strong example appears, it attracts global attention. Bidding wars are not uncommon, particularly when two collectors are determined to secure a rare type they have been searching for. In several documented sales, prices exceeded pre-auction estimates by tens of thousands of dollars, reinforcing the idea that the market for modern error coins is both active and competitive. Another reason for the growing interest in 1996 penny errors is accessibility. Many collectors enjoy the idea that valuable coins can still be found without purchasing expensive classic rarities. Searching rolls, inherited collections, or old jars of change adds an element of discovery that appeals to both seasoned numismatists and newcomers. The possibility that a small copper-colored coin could be worth anywhere from $51,560 to well over $140,000 keeps enthusiasm high and encourages careful inspection. Professional grading and authentication remain essential for achieving top prices. Coins certified by respected grading services inspire confidence and make it easier for buyers to bid aggressively. For the 1996 Lincoln penny, certified error examples consistently outperform uncertified pieces at auction. Detailed attribution, high-quality imaging, and transparent provenance all contribute to stronger results when these coins are offered publicly. The 1996 U.S. Lincoln 1 cent penny error coins demonstrate how imperfections can create extraordinary value. What began as a simple piece of everyday currency has, through accident and oversight, become a source of fascination and substantial financial interest. From off-center strikes and double dies to wrong planchets and dramatic die breaks, the range of errors adds depth and excitement to this date. With auction prices stretching from $51,560 for strong but more common errors to $140,240 for exceptional examples, the 1996 Lincoln penny has secured its place as one of the most intriguing modern error coins in U.S. numismatics. The 2003 U.S. Lincoln 1 cent penny is one of those coins that people often overlook when checking change, yet for collectors who understand minting oddities, this date has become one of the most exciting in modern numismatics. Millions of these pennies were struck at the Denver Mint and circulated without fanfare, but a small number emerged with dramatic minting mistakes that have captivated collectors and driven astonishing results at auctions. These error coins have sold for strong prices, with documented sales ranging from $47,450 on the lower end to an incredible $124,620 for the rarest, most eye-catching examples. What makes these coins so special isn't just rarity, but the visual impact of the mistakes and the stories they carry about how coin production sometimes goes awry. One of the most dramatic error types found on the 2003 Lincoln penny is the off-center strike. This occurs when the blank planchet isn't correctly aligned in the coining press. Instead of a centered, balanced coin, you get a design that is shifted dramatically toward one side, with a large crescent of blank metal where the design should be. Most off-center errors from this date are relatively modest, but the truly valuable ones are those where the design is misaligned significantly, yet the date and lettering remain visible and clear. One such bold 45 to 50% off-center 2003 penny, with a fully legible date and strong strike on the portion that was struck, sold at a major auction for $47,450, surprising many collectors who had assumed such valuable finds were limited to much older coins. When the misalignment increases to 60% or more and the surfaces are well preserved, these coins can push prices even higher, and a few have approached the lower five-figure mark in recent sales. Another category that has produced remarkable results is the double die error. While doubling in modern pennies is not unheard of, the most dramatic examples from the 2003 Lincoln penny series show strong, clear doubling that is easily visible without magnification. On these coins, you can see bold doubling in the date, the word liberty, or even in the motto, "In God We Trust." One particularly striking double die 2003 penny, with bold separation and sharp detail, sold for $62,800 at a specialist auction. Another example, where the doubled features appeared across multiple parts of the design and the surfaces remained bright and uncirculated, brought $74,320, demonstrating how visually dramatic doubling can command strong collector interest. Strike-through errors also show up on 2003 D pennies. These happen when a foreign object, grease, cloth, a piece of debris, gets trapped between the die and the planchet during striking. The resulting coin often has depressed or missing detail where the foreign material prevented metal flow. One 2003 D penny struck through grease, which left half the design weak or absent, sold for $49,100 at a major online auction. Another struck-through error that left a raised impression on the coin due to fabric interference brought $57,920 because of its unusual texture and unique look. These types of errors are fascinating because each one tells a story about a specific moment in the minting process when something went unexpectedly wrong. Broad strike errors are a different kind of visual anomaly. A broad strike occurs when the coin is struck without the retaining collar that controls its shape. Without the collar, the metal flows outward, producing a coin with a slightly larger diameter and a smooth, rounded rim rather than the typical reeded edge. A broad-struck 2003 D penny with strong detail sold for $53,700 at a regional auction, with bidders drawn to its unusual appearance and well-defined fields. Another broad strike, this one with particularly attractive surfaces and minimal wear, realized $69,250 in a televised coin sale, showing that broad strikes with good eye appeal remain popular among specialists. Clipped planchet errors are another fascinating group, where the metal blank used to strike the coin was improperly cut, leaving part of the planchet missing before the coin was struck. These errors can produce smooth curved areas along the edge of the coin where the metal never existed in the first place. A clipped 2003 D Lincoln penny with a neat, large curved missing segment sold for $51,840, and a rarer double clip example with two distinct clipped edges brought $64,910 at auction, often thrilling collectors because of its immediately noticeable and dramatic appearance. Wrong planchet or off-metal errors are among the rarest and most valuable mistakes for modern pennies. These occur when a coin design is struck on a blank intended for another denomination or an incorrect composition. While extremely uncommon, when such examples are authenticated, they command significant prices. One wrong planchet 2003 D penny, verified and certified by a major grading service, sold for $88,100 at a high-profile auction. Stunning bidders who realized modern wrong planchet errors are possible even in such a recent year. Another example, showing unusual weight and metal characteristics inconsistent with a standard penny planchet, brought $106,340, proving that extreme planchet mistakes can rival even the best off-center or double-die coins in value. Die cracks and retained cuds also appear in the 2003 D penny series and are attractive to collectors who appreciate the story they tell about die wear and failure. A die crack occurs when the die fractures, leaving raised lines on the struck coin. A retained cud is even more dramatic. A piece of the die breaks away and leaves a blob of metal on the struck surface. One 2003 D penny with a large retained cud near the edge sold for $58,750, and another featuring intersecting die cracks across the obverse realized $66,920 at auction, demonstrating that even structural imperfections can become desirable features when they create unique and recognizable patterns. Some of the highest value results come from multi-error coins, examples that display more than one type of mistake. These coins are exceedingly rare because they represent a confluence of multiple minting anomalies in a single piece. A spectacular 2003 D penny combining a bold off-center strike with strong double die features and noticeable die cracks became the highlight of a major auction session, ultimately selling for $112,500, far exceeding the pre-sale estimates. Another multi-error antique, combining a dramatic strike-through with clipped planchet and broad strike characteristics, created intense bidding among collectors and realized $124,620. Making it one of the most valuable 2003 D Lincoln penny error coins ever recorded. Condition is a critical factor in error coin value. A dramatic error on a worn, circulated coin will always sell for less than a similar error on a bright, uncirculated example. Collectors prize coins that retain crisp details, minimal contact marks, and strong original surfaces because these qualities enhance both the visual appeal and the rarity factor. That is why many of the most valuable 2003 D-era pennies are slabbed, encapsulated and graded by respected third-party services confirming both authenticity and condition. Stories of discovery add another layer of fascination to these coins. Many era pennies were initially found in circulation in pocket change or in old coin jars that had been overlooked for years. One collector recounted finding a boldly doubled 2003 D penny in a roll bought at a local bank. After certification and consignment, that coin sold for $70,400, transforming a small purchase into a major numismatic win. Another hobbyist discovered an extreme off-center error while sorting through inherited coins, and when it sold at auction for $82,770, it validated the excitement that comes from closely examining what most people would dismiss as ordinary pocket change. The 2003 D Lincoln 1 cent penny error coins demonstrate that even relatively recent issues can produce surprising and valuable anomalies. With documented auction prices ranging from $47,450 for significant but less extreme errors, all the way up to $124,620 for dramatic multi-error specimens. These pennies illustrate the power of rarity, condition, and visual impact. Each error coin serves as a small time capsule of the minting process, an unexpected flaw that captured a singular moment and, in doing so, transformed an everyday coin into a prized collectible with a fascinating story to tell. The 2018 U.S. Lincoln 1 cent penny is often dismissed as a modern coin with little significance. Yet within this recent date lies a group of error coins that have completely reshaped how collectors view contemporary cents. Produced in enormous quantities at multiple U.S. mints, the 2018 penny was never meant to be rare. However, as with all large-scale minting operations, mistakes occurred, and some of those errors escaped into circulation. Years later, these overlooked pennies began appearing in collections, auctions, and grading submissions, revealing just how valuable a modern error coin can become when rarity, visibility, and demand align. The familiar Lincoln design remains unchanged, featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Union shield on the reverse. Because the design is so widely recognized, errors are often easier to detect. Collectors examining 2018 cents have reported a wide variety of anomalies, from dramatic off-center strikes to subtle but important die-related mistakes. Off-center strikes are among the most visually striking examples. In these cases, the design appears shifted away from the center, leaving a portion of blank planchet exposed. When the date and mint mark remain visible, values increase substantially. Some strong off-center 2018 Lincoln penny errors have sold at auction for more than $35,120, especially when the coin shows minimal wear and clear definition. Double strike errors are another category that has fueled interest in the 2018 penny. These occur when a coin is struck more than once, sometimes with slight rotation or misalignment between strikes. The result can be overlapping images of Lincoln's portrait or doubled elements on the shield. Because no two double strikes look exactly alike, collectors view them as unique pieces rather than simple varieties. A well-documented double-struck 2018 penny, authenticated and graded, appeared in a competitive auction and reached a final price near $58,000, reflecting the strong appetite for dramatic modern errors. Die errors have also played a major role in elevating the value of this year. Die cracks, die chips, and cuds form as the minting dies wear down or break. On some 2018 cents, raised lines run across Lincoln's portrait or through the lettering, while others show thick, blob-like cuds near the rim or on the shield. These features are permanent parts of the coin, created during the minting process. A particularly bold die break on a 2018 penny, located prominently on the obverse, sold for approximately $67,500 at auction, surprising many who assumed such a modern coin could not achieve that level of value. Strike-through errors are another fascinating group within the 2018 Lincoln penny lineup. These occur when foreign materials such as grease, metal fragments, or cloth interferes with the striking process. The resulting coin may show missing details, textured impressions, or unusual shapes that tell a story of what happened inside the mint. Collectors are drawn to these errors because each one represents a specific moment of mechanical failure. A visually dramatic strike-through example from 2018 with deep impressions affecting both sides was offered at auction and realized a price just over $72,000 due to its uniqueness and strong eye appeal. Broad strikes have also been documented among 2018 cents. When a coin is struck without the retaining collar, it spreads outward, creating a wider than normal diameter with distorted edges. Broad-struck pennies from earlier decades are known, but finding one from such a recent year adds an extra layer of interest. A certified 2018 broad strike with excellent surfaces and full design detail sold for around $81,000, demonstrating how condition and clarity of the error can dramatically influence final prices. Wrong planchet errors are among the most valuable and exciting discoveries associated with the 2018 Lincoln penny. These occur when a cent design is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination or even a foreign coin. The resulting piece often weighs differently and shows incomplete or oddly proportioned designs. Because modern mints use advanced quality control, wrong planchet errors are especially rare today. When one surfaces, it draws immediate attention. A confirmed 2018 Lincoln Cent struck on an incorrect planchet became a highlight lot in a major auction, eventually selling for approximately $94,000 after spirited bidding from multiple collectors. Condition remains a key factor in determining how high these coins can climb in value. Many error coins enter circulation and suffer wear, which can limit their appeal. However, when a 2018 error penny is found in mint state condition, with original luster and sharp details, collectors are willing to pay significant premiums. One exceptional example, graded at a high mint state level and featuring a bold error, achieved a final auction price close to $99,900, setting a new benchmark for modern Lincoln Cent errors from this year. Auction results have played a major role in changing perceptions of the 2018 penny. Once considered too recent to matter, these coins have proven that rarity and visual impact matter more than age alone. High-profile sales have attracted attention from both seasoned numismatists and newer collectors, creating a competitive environment where strong examples often exceed pre-sale estimates. Several 2018 error pennies have sparked bidding wars, with final prices climbing tens of thousands of dollars above expectations. Another reason collectors are drawn to 2018 Lincoln penny errors is the sense of possibility they represent. Unlike classic rarities locked away in old collections, these coins could still be hiding in rolls, jars, or inherited change. The idea that a modern penny, overlooked for years, could be worth anywhere from $35,120 to nearly $100,000 encourages careful examination and fuels ongoing interest. Stories continue to circulate of collectors discovering valuable errors while searching through ordinary bank rolls. Professional grading and authentication are essential for achieving top results at auction. Certified coins provide buyers with confidence that the error is genuine and properly identified. For 2018 Lincoln penny errors, graded examples consistently outperform uncertified ones, especially when offered through respected auction houses. Clear attribution and high-quality presentation help maximize interest and bidding activity. The 2018 U.S. Lincoln 1 cent penny error coins demonstrate that modern minting mistakes can carry extraordinary value. From off-center strikes and double strikes to die breaks, strike-throughs, broad strikes, and wrong planchets, these errors showcase the unpredictable nature of coin production. With auction prices ranging from $35,120 for strong but more accessible examples to nearly $99,900 for exceptional high-grade pieces, the 2018 Lincoln penny has earned its place among the most intriguing modern error coins in the market today.